Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to solve apple and oranges challenge. Let's get to it. Alright, so Sam's house has an apple tree and an orange tree that yields an abundance of fruit. Using the information given below, determine the number of apples and oranges that land on Sam's house. In the diagram below, the red region denotes where the house is. Oh, it denotes the house. Yep. Where S is the start point and T is the end point. The apple tree is left of the house and the orange tree is to its right. Assume the trees are located on a single point, where the apple tree is at point A and the orange tree is at point B. When the fruit falls from its tree, it lands d units of distance from its tree of origin along the x-axis. Yep. A negative value of d means that the fruit fell d units from the tree's left, and a positive value of d means it falls d units to the tree's right. So negative is left, positive is right. Given the value d for m apples and n oranges, determine how many apples and oranges will fall on Sam's house, i.e. the inclusive range of S and T. For example, Sam's house is between 7 and 10. The apple tree is located at A4 and B12. There are 3 apples and 3 oranges. Apples are thrown at 2, 3, and -4. Oh, units from A. Okay, I'm saying it. We have to plus it to whatever A is, which is here. So this one, it lands 6, it lands 7, and then it lands 0. Like here, I guess. So only 1 should hit. Adding each apple to the distance to the position of the tree they land at, 4 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 4 plus -4 equals 6, 7, 0. Oranges land at 12 plus 3, 12 plus -2, 12 plus -4 equals 15, 10, and 8. 1 apple and 2 oranges was in the inclusive range of 7 to 10, so we print 1, 2. Okay. Complete the count apples and oranges function in the editor below. It should print the number of apples and oranges that land on Sam's house, each on a separate line. Count apples and oranges has the following parameters: S integer, so S, which is an integer, starting point of Sam's house location, T, which is an integer, end location of Sam's house location, A, integer, location of apple tree, B, integer, location of orange tree, apples, integer, array, distance of which each distance at which each apple falls from the tree. Oranges, integer array, distances at which each orange falls from the tree. Input format, the first line, I don't think we really, well, maybe we do actually, yeah. The first line contains 2 space-separated integers denoting the respective values of S and T, which is the range of the house. The second line contains 2 space-separated integers denoting the respective values of A and B, the position of the apple and the orange tree. The third line contains 2 separated integers denoting the respective values of M and N, which is the amount of apples that fall and the amount of oranges that fall, and their ranges. The fourth line. Oh wait, no, it's not. What is it? What is M and N? Oh no, it is right. It is right. So M and N. Yep, that is right. Yep. The fourth line contains M space-separated integers denoting the respective distances that each apple falls from point A. The fifth line contains N separated integers denoting the respective distances that each orange falls from B. Right. So this is just the amount, and these are the distances here. Okay. So the constraints are the house range, the the tree distances, and the amount of fruit is the minimum number is either going to be 1, is always going to be 1, and the maximum number is always going to be equal to 10 to the power 5. That is. The distance is. Wait, is it D? What's D? Which one is D? Excuse me, a little morning yawn. Right. So the distance the apple, the fruit falls. So the distance the fruit falls is either going to be 10 to the power, a negative value of 10 to the power 5, or a maximum value of 10 to the power 5 positive. And what is A? A is the tree. So the tree, so the apple tree, I think. Is it? Yeah. So the apple tree is less than the first house, the first point of the house. First point of the house is, or the sign point of the house, the sign point of the house is less than the end point of the house, and the end point of the house is less than the orange tree. So it's always going to be on the left and the right. The tree is always going to be on the left and the right. Print 2 integers on 2 different lines. Yep, these are the amount of apples and oranges that fall on the houses. Yep. I understand. I don't think I need the explanation. So let's just formulate a solution first. Let's figure out how to actually solve this in English. So where can we start? Well, I think a good place to start is to find the range of the house. Find the range of the house. And we will do maybe, let's call this, just for reference, let's call this range S and then T. Right. The next step is to find the number of fruit that fall. So find number of fruit that fall. So it's going to be M plus N. Right. Now what? I'd like to have a loop here that actually Maybe we don't want to do it. Maybe we don't want to do a total. Maybe we want a function here. Maybe we want to use a function after this. So instead, let's just have a function here. So loop for number of fruit here, which is going to be a function, I guess, a more general function. So it will still be a loop, but we can loop it for each fruit. Oh, we're still gonna need the distances and stuff as well. So I think it's gonna be find distance of fruit, right? And this is going to be what is it? Tree position plus, what is it? It is plus m, I guess. So here we're gonna need to provide this with the tree pos here. Let's call this maybe find count fruit maybe, and let's pass in tree position. Here, find apple tree pos, find orange tree pos, and then we can just call this twice. Right, so now what? We also want number of fruit here as well. Number of fruit. I'll move this a little more to the side. We also want house range. Yeah. Find distance of fruit. Yeah, so it's going to be the tree position plus m at the position of I. Yep, because we're looping for the number of fruit here. What we're gonna do, if find if I don't like this position of distance of fruit. Maybe it should be position of fruit. Fruit pos. Yep. Find fruit pos is in range, as in house range. Let's move this a little bit in. Okay. What is it? I'm not too sure how I would find out if oh, actually we can just do an if statement here. That's how we can do it. I wasn't sure how we can find out if the fruit position is within a house range, but we can just do greater than or equal to house range. So if fruit pos actually, if fruit position is not greater than I think that's how you do house range. And I think I need to do it. I think I need to do both ones, yeah, because it's this. And there's the two ones here, and this one's gonna be T. Yep. So if this if block passes, we want to increment fruit counter, which is an easy one. That's just counter plus equals 1. But we haven't declared a counter up here, so let's add a counter. So declare. Well, actually, what we can do is do it here. Declare fruit counter. Fruit counter is equal to 0. Yep. And then what we're going to want to do is, once the fruit counter is fully incremented, return fruit, return fruit counter. Right. Now, what I'd like to do is actually add this into an array of, because what are we meant to return? We're meant to return, we're just meant to print it. It doesn't necessarily say what we're meant to return. Let's read the function description. It just says accept. It doesn't say what the return value is, so it shouldn't really matter. We can just console log it all out, but just for safety, I'd like to declare a fruit hit fruit hit array. Fruit hit. And then obviously we will add it into here. So we can do, well, we know there's 2 trees, so we're gonna have to count it 2 times. So fruit at position, actually no, I guess we can do 0, 0 here. That's one way, yep. And then we can loop for we can either loop for 2 because we know there's 2 trees, or we can loop for this size here. I'm just gonna loop for the size of this, alright, loop for number of trees, which is fruit hit dot length, and then here find fruit position, declare fruit counter. Yep. So then here what we're going to want to do is what can we do here? Let fruit hit equal, or sorry, not. Let's talk about it in English. What we can do is add values to fruit hits. So fruit hit is gonna equal to dot push whatever this function is, I think. Let's call this function here find maybe count fruit count fruit count, or count hits. We could either do count hits or, because if we're returning 1 here, and then we're gonna call it again. Yeah, this is a little bit funny now. Maybe I'll take this out actually. And I'll move it up here. So if we're looping this for the number of trees, right? We push at position I. And then we return this. Yeah, I think this is how we do it. So let's just walk through this step by step. So firstly, we want to find the range of the house. Right, that's fairly simple. It's already given to us. Then we want to find the number of fruit that fall. And I think we're gonna do this twice as well. Find apples, find number of fallen apples, find number of fallen oranges. Find the apple tree, find apple tree pos, the orange tree pos. Right, declare a fruit hit array. Yep. And then for the number of trees, what we're going to want to do is add values to the fruit hit here. So I think it would be push. Oh no, it's not. It's actually not going to be push. It's going to be. I think it's going to be splice. And I need to Google that function, because what push will do is, if we have 0, 0 here, all it's going to do is add maybe like 3 fruit here, which is not what we want. We want it to be this. So I think the correct function we're going to use is splice. Array splice method changes the contents of an array by removing or replacing existing elements. Right. So the syntax is the start, the delete count, and the item. So the start, I would just start changing the array. If start is greater than the length of the array, start will be set to the length of the array. In this case, no elements will be deleted, but the method will behave as an adding function, adding as many elements as item n provided. If negative, if start is negative, it will begin that many elements from the end of the array, and therefore is equivalent to what? Not sure what the point of this is, but I think the only thing we care about is start. So let's go back here. Fruit.splice. So we're looping for the number of trees. We want tree number, which is going to be I again anyway. Tree number, and then count hits. Count hits, which takes in the tree position, number of fruit. Let's move this again inwards, and then the house range. Okay. So let's go through this again. We declare our fruit array, and then for the number of trees, we want to add in some values into our current fruit hit counter, but in our current fruit hits array. We're passing in tree number, so we know how many times we want to count fruits, and then we want to tree number here. Right, so this is why we're using the counter here. Count hits, which is for everything here. The tree position, the number of fruit, and the house range. Right, so what is it? Look for the number of fruit. Right, so find the fruit position. Loop for the number of fruit is count fruit, tree position, number of fruit, house range. Yep. Find fruit, which is tree position plus the fruit number at that. Which fruit number we're referring to. Increment declare fruit counter, and if the fruit position is in the house range, then increment the counter and then return the counter. Now this should be it should all have the values that we need. it should have the correct number of fruit that have hit the house. So then all we have to do, I'm not sure if we're meant to return anything. I don't think we're meant to return it, so we could just do print fruit hit array, which is console.log fruit hits. I'm not sure if this will print like the array syntax. It will print the. It probably will. It probably will print the brackets and the comma. But this is an easy fix. It's simply just oops, fruit hits, and my friend has woken up. And fruit hit, which is simply just, what is it? Let's just call this a function. And we have to pass in fruit hit here, fruit hit array, and then it's just gonna be a loop for size of fruit hit, which is fruit hit dot length, and then print fruit print fruit at current position, which is console.log fruit hit at position I. Okay, so I didn't think of any edge cases, or I think I might have, but it's there probably shouldn't be too many edge cases. The only thing is, can you have a negative house range? No, because you can't have the end of the house before the start. It would, I mean, like, technically they just swap positions and you call them the same thing, but in terms of simplicity of the problem, it says here S is less than T, so it should never occur. What if you have 0 apples at, well, that's never gonna happen. You're always gonna have 1. What if you have, well, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter how many apples and oranges fall. The trees will always exist. They shouldn't exist. They won't be in outer space somewhere, so that's fine. There's always going to be, there'll always be apples and oranges that have fallen. Distance. There is a distance here. Which is within a certain range. We're checking to see if it's fallen the range, so it's fine. I can't think of any edge cases. Yeah, it's a pretty nice problem, pretty well designed problem that prevents edge cases. They give you enough information to account for everything. Like the problem is actually designed in a way that it accounts for everything. I don't think the problem really allows for edge cases. It's very mathematical and very general. It's provided a very nice formula for everything. So with that being said, let's get to it. Let's get to the code. So the first thing is find the range of the house. So let's do let house range is equal to S and T. Right, and we want to console log it out first just to see if we do get a house range. Yep, we do. Right, so now it is find number of fallen apples. So, we don't actually need to. It's probably better to Oh, actually no, it's already labeled here, so it's fine. Console.log apples and plus oranges. This will be the total fruit fallen. Wait, huh? Oh, right, yeah, it's an array of the ranges, I think. Let me just do this. Right, so it is an array. Okay. Oops, didn't want to do that. Find number of fallen apples. So what we're gonna do is let apple count equal apples dot length, and let orange count equal oranges dot length. And what we can do here is just console log out apple count and orange count. Oops. Yep, that's correct. So now what do we want to do? Apple tree pos is this is A and B, so we don't need to do anything to that. Declare a fruit hit array, so let fruit hit is equal to 0, 0. What's next? Loop, excuse me, sorry. Loop for numbers of trees. So, for let I is equal to 0, while I is less than fruit hit dot length I plus plus. What's next? Add values to fruit hit, and we're using fruit hit dot splice. So fruit hit dot splice. The starting position is going to be I think. Oh wait. I don't think I specified that. Oh no! Yeah, I did. Tree number, so that's I here. And then count hit, and then count hit function, which is going to take in the tree position. I'm starting to see a problem here. How do I determine which tree I want to use? Well, I can simply do and simply do change what do we want to do? Tree pos. Tree pos. Change tree pos. To orange tree. If if on second if tree number is second tree, and let's just move this all up one. Let's move it all up one again. And this one is simply just going to be it's just going to be an if block. If tree number is greater than or equal to well, in this specific case we're using the length, so we can do 1, I guess. Tree pos equals orange tree. Right, here, oops. What we're going to want to do is declare tree pos. Declare tree pos as apple tree, and then tree pos is equal to apple tree pos. So here, apple tree pos. Yep. So let's go back here. Where were we? Fruit hit, and then for the fruit length. Yep. Tree pos up here. So let tree pos equal to a, and then if the what was it? If tree number is greater than or equal to 1. If tree number is greater than or equal to 1, tree pos is equal to b. There we go. That's better. So now the tree pos has changed. So now we go back here. Look at this this function, add fruit hit function. Tree number count hit, which takes in tree pos, number of fruit, tree pos, and it's the same thing. Number. Let's call it fruit count, and fruit count, and house range, So let's do the same here. Let fruit count equal apple count, and then if it's greater than 1, fruit count is equal to the orange count. Is there anything I need to do left in up to here? No, I think that's it. And then down here, we're simply just gonna do another function called what's it called? What's it called? Print fruit. Print fruit. Which takes in fruit hit. Alright, pretty good so far. Let me actually separate this down a little bit, yeah. So we have two functions. We have count hits, I think it is. Count hits, yep. So function count hits, and then we have another function called print fruit. So count hits. Let's complete this one first. So we want to loop for the number of fruit. What is this? Count fruit. So for let I is equal to 0, while I is less than fruit count I plus plus. I don't know, what's it? I think I thought this was the function, yeah. And while I'm here, I'll just remember to add in these variables, or these parameters rather. So find the fruit position. So let fruit pos is equal to, what is it? Tree position, tree pos plus am I actually adding in? I'm not actually sending it in. I'm not actually sending in the fruit, I think. So what I can do is the same thing up here. Let me just fix up my plan here. I actually need the fruit as well, so fruit. Yeah, I actually need two because I didn't change my plan with the last addition. So what's the first one? The fruit count. Declare fruit count. Actually, nah. I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna put a comment here. Repeat for fruit count and fruit. So what we can do here is let fruit is equal to apples, and then if the count is greater than 1, fruit is oranges. Now we don't necessarily need count now, we can actually just remove this up here and just use it at the bottom now that I see that. So we can get rid of this, maybe. Where is it? Oh, this one. Apples.count or apples.length. And then here is going to be oranges.length. There we go. So that reduces the amount of variables that we need overall. Do we need this? Nah. I've already said repeat the fruit count here, so that's fine. What's next now? So we added in our tree position number of fruit. Oh, we need to add the fruit, yeah. So fruit. Yep, that's done. What now? So find the fruit position, that's right. So let fruit position is equal to tree position plus fruit at position fruit count. Right? And then we want to declare a fruit counter. Yeah. Wait, we already have fruit count. I think it's more so just, I think this one's the hit counter rather. Let's do hit counter. Yeah. Right? Hit counter. There you go. Right, so we've declared hit counter. Oh no we haven't. So let hit counter equal 0. If, what's the if? If fruit position, this is one. So specifically, I'm just gonna copy this one because I've already put the thought in. There's no point me hitting the thought if I've already done it. If fruit position is less than is greater than house range A, house range S, and is what I want, not or. Let's fix that. And fruit position is less than. Why did I put the knots there? I don't know why I did that. That's funny. So if the fruit position is greater than the first position of the house, and the fruit position is less than the end position of the house, what's next? Increment the count. So hit count plus equals 1. And then what we want to do here is return. What is it that we are returning? Return hit counter. Return hit counter. Return hit counter. But there is a problem here where hit counter was only declared inside this for loop. So what we're going to do is declare it up here. Let's change the plan here. Yep. Sweet. And then now what we're going to do is, let me just make sure that it's going into the right position. So at position I, put in the hits. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then print fruit is for the size of 4. Let I is equal to 0, while I is less than what is it? Fruit hit dot length I plus plus console.log fruit product. Yep. So what was that step? Just print the fruit at the count position. Console.log. Wait, what am I actually returning? Is it okay? Yeah, it's all on new lines. It's fine. Console.log fruit hit at position I. Okay, that was a very interesting way of doing things. We followed our plan. We designed a plan. We put in a little bit of code, I guess, because it's hard to translate English to code and code to English. It's not perfectly representable, in my opinion. But we got close enough. And I'd say by writing the code here for the step just kind of clarifies what the step actually is. And we also separate everything out into functions. I'm not sure if this will work. It might be a little bit messy. Reposition, fruit count, house range, and we haven't done fruit here. Fruit. So fruit count 3 pos. And the house range doesn't change. I is up here, but it's not being passed to the function, so that's fine. Not repeating the use of our I incrementing variable, so we're not overriding it. Yep. I think it looks pretty good. I don't see any glaring problems. Let's see if it works. Runtime error. Why is this? S is not defined. Okay. So we can just do 0 and 1 here. Okay, hit counter is not defined. Line 63. I call it hit count. What next? Fruit hit is not defined. What? What line is this? Line 67. I didn't, right. The parameters aren't there, so fruit hit. Wrong answer. My output is 0, 0. Hit count plus 1. Let's see if that works. No, okay, let me Let me console log past, just to see what's going on. If it's running, if it's going through, it's not. All right, so let me see if it's going into this for loop. Just as a way to identify where the exact problem is. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because there is how many fruit? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so that's correct. So the problem is in this condition here. Why is this? So the fruit position let me do this. Console.log fruit pos. See what the fruit pos is, and then console.log house range at position 0, and I'll copy this one and do 1. Let's see what we get here. Not a number. Why is it not a number? Let's comment this out. Whoops, wrong way. Let's comment this all out temporarily. Console.log tree pos, and then console.log fruit. Can't see. Fruit count. Okay, so there's always a certain number of fruit. Where did it go? Oh no, that's tree position. So tree position is always there. However, fruit count is not. That's strange, because if I'm pretty sure we did it before. However, let's just console log out fruit then to see what we get. What? Why is that undefined then? Oh, I see. I don't want the fruit count, I want fruit I. Right. I think that's what I want, yeah. So if we move this comment up here, I think it should work. No. Why is this still incorrect? Why am I only printing out one thing as well? That's strange. Let me just see if the tree pos and fruit are there now. Yep, that's correct. Let me do fruit at position I. Move that back up. Yep. Now we shall do fruit pos. Console.log fruit pos. Yep, we're getting some numbers up here. Right, so it seems to be passing now, so I don't think the issue is up here anymore. So if we do a console.log hit count here, Let's see what we get. Zero, 1, and then 0. So there seems to be a problem somewhere. Now, we get 0 initially for hit count, and then we get 1, and then we get 0. Maybe the fruit count is off. Console.log fruit count. So if I remember correctly, it should be there should be 3 fruit and then 2 fruit. 3 apples, 2 oranges. Yep, that's correct. Yeah. So it's not. Wait, hold on. What? Why? Let me comment this out for now. Actually, yeah, I'll just comment this one up here. Oh, seems to be a big problem now. Oh no, it's fine. So 3 and then 2, right? Yep, that's correct. I just wanted to make sure that the 0 wasn't coming from this fruit count here. Right, so fruit count is correct. So I don't think it's the fruit count which is the problem. Fruit position is equal to tree pos. Let's print out tree pos. Tree pos. Five and 15, so 5 and 15, yep, that's correct. So we know it's not these 2 variables which are the problem. Console.log house range. I'm just going through all my variables to see which one is incorrect. 7, 11, yep, that's correct. Maybe the fruit now. This is the only thing left, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe. Let me see if I'm actually counting. Wait a minute. Do I need this? Yeah, I just got like. Count. So fruit is. Yep. It's either apples or oranges. Okay. Yeah, we're getting the right fruit. Where are we? 2, 2, 1, 5, 6, yep. So what would be the next thing I would try to fix? Let me try fruit pos again. Console.log fruit pos. And we should get 5 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So let me just do it manually for a moment. Is 3... Let's put my notepad. Is 3 within the house range? Which one's the house range? S and T. So is 3 between 7 and 11? No, that's false. Is 7 between the house range? Yes, so true. False. False. And then true. So I should get these two. Maybe it's because am I using an equals equals comparison? No, that's probably it. Wait a minute, am I deleting 1? Am I deleting more than I should be? Wait a minute. So the start is position I. So hold on, let me try this. Console log out, console.log fruit hits. And then here, console.log fruit hits. Okay, there is something going on here now. Let me remove this one. Yeah. So I'm accidentally deleting 1. So I is 0. The index at which to start changing the array. Okay. Number of elements in an array to remove from start. Start if the link or if the value equal to or larger than that is equal to minus. So let's say you have an array length of 5 minus start. Minus start. Left in the array, starting at start, and all elements from the start to the end of the array will be deleted. If deleted, no elements are removed. This case, you should at least give us one new element. specify any elements. Splice will only remove elements from the array. I think I need a 0 here maybe. There's a delete count, but the delete count should only be 1. I think. But yeah, so maybe it is 1 here. I didn't specify. Okay, this is better. Right. So let's get rid of this. And then let's go back to this. Right, okay. So that was a weird way of going about it. Took a while. So it turns out with the splice function, I is the sign position, and then I need to delete that one item. It doesn't just automatically replace. I have to delete it first, and then place this new item at that position. So delete. So the sign position is 0. Delete the one item at 0, and replace it with this. So that's it. Okay, and because I didn't specify it, what was it doing? It was deleting whatever this would result in, I think. I'm gonna keep my my debug functions in, just in case it fails any of the other test cases. No, it doesn't. Okay, sweet. This video went for 1 hour 43 minutes. That is sad. All because I screwed up the splice function. But ignoring that, again, I did pretty well at my planning. I planned pretty well. There were only like a few changes, I'd say. I did plan it all perfectly at the start. I had to adjust here and there, but I'm pretty proud of it. The code was pretty good. It was based a lot on the planning, and I adjusted the plan. There were only a few mistakes in the code, and for once we actually had a very good example of debugging. Probably not the best example of debugging. I think ideally you should use an actual debugger as opposed to using console logs. But regardless, we figured it out. We traced the root of the problem. Back to the origin. We kept going up and up and up until we found out where the problem was. So just looking at this again, is there anything that we need to worry about? Is there any way we can compress this down? So we've got the house range. We probably might not need to use house range, but it's just easier to pass in one thing. And it makes more sense to me when you have, excuse me, variable names that make sense. Fruit name is, fruit hits is just our counter, which I think we need. This for loop, yep, this is fine. And then we update the variables here. And then we have our splice function here, which we fixed. Maybe if we didn't make this as messy as it was, maybe we wouldn't have screwed up the splice function. But then again, it's been a long time since I've used the splice function, so I don't mind too much. We we referred to the documentation and figured out what was the problem, as well as using debugging. Count hits. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that needs changing. Yeah, that's fine. And then print fruit. Yeah, this is all fine. So it's actually rather dynamic, I guess, if we do want to add more trees in. We got, oh actually no, we're using fruit hit as the tree size, as the number of trees. But yeah, it is a very specific use case anyway, or specific problem, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna call it. Not exactly my brightest moment, I think, but nonetheless, definitely a good salvage with the debugging. So I hope you learned something in that regard. Stay tuned for the next video.